All right, welcome everyone. We are now in the grand finals. I'm Niz, and I got a co-caster with me for the finals. We got Goofy. Goofy,
hi guys.
There he is. There he is. It's been a while. It's been a long time since we've got to cast together, but it's nice to have you back. And you were watching the semifinals, right? You saw.
Yeah, I watched the game. I saw the Medusa and stuff. It was
a crazy game. Crazy,
it was a long game.
Yeah.
Radiant team.
There was a big lull in the action at the end there. It was. You could just feel like the game was going to end on the next fight, but neither team really wanted to take it.
Team pick.
But OverAchievers did prevail. They won that final fight and ended up winning the game. So they're going to be on the Radiant side, and they're going to be going up against Carson+4. Which we've seen.
Dude, there's the sniper already. I'm so happy.
Which we've seen before. I believe they won. Was it last Sunday? Maybe it was. I think it actually might have been 2 Thursdays ago, or maybe 2 Sundays ago. I don't know. We've seen them win before. We've definitely seen them in the finals completely throw a game before as well. But they have changed their roster around a little bit. Ratchop's playing for them and stuff like that.
5 seconds.
Ratchop's still sporting the Rosh Pit icon.
Yeah.
It's a throwback.
Reserve time.
I mean, is that quad ban normal?
Yeah. Well, not really. It's kind of situational. It all depends on who they're potentially going up against. Quap does quite well against Sniper in the mid lane. Because Quap's got the burst deal with the Sniper and also the harass, but Sniper also does well against Quap from what I've seen.
10 seconds.
So I don't know, but it seems like they don't really like that matchup, Sniper against Quap. So choosing to ban that out.
Obviously, Clockwork's always good against Sniper too. So.
Well, Clock's always good with Sniper because it helps protect, right?
Yeah, it's like a double pick.
Mm-hmm. Ideally, you'd want Axe instead of the Clock there, but you're never going to get the Axe. Axe always gets banned in the first set of bans. But before Axe got really popular, we were seeing Axe and Sniper running on the same team.
10 seconds remaining.
But people quickly realized that was...
So OA picked Lion last game, and they banned it this game. Do they always pick Lion or ban it?
Well, Lion's considered top-tier support. It's pretty much considered Venge is #1. And then outside of that, Lion's pretty much #2 support right now.
It's interesting. I saw Salfu on the Lion. Just desperately trying to manage her in Medusa in deep fights.
You pretty rarely see the Venge actually make it through the first set of bans. And when you do, she's pretty much always first picked.
So this is, what did the brackets at Sex look like today? This is, OA in the finals and, I mean... Looks like Carson's just grabbed some people, right? This is not a normal team, right?
Yeah, no, this is... They've been running this the last couple of weeks. It's just Carson with a bunch of people. Was it last week or 2 weeks ago? He was running with Fluff, and I think Indy was actually potentially going to play on that team, but he slept through the the start of the tournament.
Radiant team
Fluff had asked him, so...
Oh, that's so funny. Indian Fluff.
Yeah.
Goes back. What are you going to pick, Niz?
What are they going to pick? Well, they've got their Troll Warlord, which... I don't know the matchup between Troll and Sniper.
Who plays that, Reaper?
I'm guessing.
I think it's probably Reaper.
I haven't seen enough of OverAchievers. I mean, the last I cast them, they were... you know OverAchievers, they changed their roster seemingly like every game.
5 seconds remaining.
But Fear the Reaper's kind of been with them for a while. Sulfu's been kind of with them for a while too, but he's been... I've seen him standing in a lot for hot hands, but that's just kind of because they needed a fifth.
Him and Reaper have been buddy for a while. So.
Yeah. The Wisp is going to come out. Is this going to be a tiny Wisp to try and exploit the weakness of the Sniper, the vulnerability of the Sniper? Or maybe even just to try to put some pressure on the Dusa? I don't know.
Is Dusa, is Dusa a top pick right now as well?
No, not as much as we've been seeing her.
10 seconds remaining.
2 games in a row, huh?
Yeah.
It's interesting. Guess you can't go near Sniper when Dusa's ulting.
Yeah, that's a good point. I've never actually seen these two heroes run together. But it does make sense. It's another way of protecting that sniper.
That's mid sniper, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's going to be off-lane Clockwork, mid-sniper, safe-lane Dusa. And then OA is going to be running, well, I guess, a safe-lane tri-lane, although Venge and Wisp are both pretty bad at zoning a clock. I guess Wisp can do okay,
10 seconds remaining.
but Venge definitely not too good at zoning clock.
5 seconds remaining.
I wonder if maybe they'll look to pick up, yeah, I was going to say, maybe they're going to look to pick up something in the safe lane that can manage the clock 1v1, and you kind of get that with the PA, but they may even choose just to shift their troll to the safe lane and put the PA mid.
I think OA is gonna pick a team fight ultimate.
Radiant team back.
That's my best guess. Of
Go
what's
with
gonna
like
happen.
Tide?
Man, I don't know.
Which
I
haven't
don't know the
seen-
meta, but it seems like
Tide-
they need to pick something that that allows them to go into the other team.
Yeah.
Unless they're just gonna rat the whole game. But
Tide's been kind of
10
phasing
seconds remaining.
out of the meta. He hasn't been getting picked anywhere near as much, but if they go for
5
something like a
seconds
Tide,
remaining.
what is the Wisp for? Is it just to buff the PA in the
Team
fight?
ban.
Like, they're not going to use Relocate really at all.
it seems like they picked the Wisp knowing they were gonna get the PA, so they just picked as a combo, I think.
They just ban the Rubik. And what do they really have to steal? That's...
You see they picked Witch Doctor to counter the Wisp as well, so that's a good pick.
10 seconds remaining.
But don't you
5
just ban the
seconds
Tide here?
remaining.
Especially after you see the Rubik ban?
You know better than I do, man.
What is... No, but what does that leave OA with? Well, they're going to ban the Nyx, which is
I mean,
strong
they must
against
have watched
the
it.
Dusa.
Radiant team
Yeah, and like they picked it last game as well, so
Mhm.
they know they like that, and that would be at
But
least
they
bring a
ran it
big
as support
stun.
last game.
It would be a support. Oh, I guess not. It would be offlaner right now.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Well, apparently the Tide pick isn't immediate for them because they would have picked it unless they just want to use the time. They don't have any reserve time though.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
there's
fine.
the Tide.
See, look, I knew they were gonna pick Team Fight Ultimate. Some
Down.
Dota knowledge is eternal. Just
Well,
goes
they
to
need
show.
it, right? That helps the PA especially. When the PA
Yeah.
wants to engage, you want the Ravage to be able to hold everyone down, so PA's got the chance to get some crits off. And then the Troll will help her attack really quick to get the potential for those crits.
This is like backwards world Axe and Twopper band. I don't know.
10 seconds remaining.
I don't know what they're gonna pick, dude. What is this? They need a second support, right?
Yeah, they need a
5
second
seconds
support, so
remaining.
what are they going to go with?
Second support.
It's going to be something that's going to try and stop that
Reserve
PA.
time.
Is it a jungler?
Do they go greedy?
I don't know.
It could. Do they go with something to help Sniper mid? Because it looks like it's going to be Wisp PA mid potentially.
You think so? I think they might put the troll against the sniper. I'm not sure though.
I don't
I
know.
know I don't like that lane. As the sniper.
As a sniper,
Yeah. He just throws axes at you. It's so rude. Oh,
Disruptor.
that's good. That'll help. They can help any lane pretty much.
yeah,
That's good against Wisp too, right? There's like
yeah, because you can glimpse the relocate. Although I really don't see them using the relocate. What are they going to relocate gank with? The troll, I guess, is their best bet. It's kind
I
of
think
weird.
you're just gonna. They were planning to just teleport PA on top of sniper. I think maybe in fights as well.
Oh, maybe. But I
That's
think
just a-
sniper gets blink dagger,
Yeah, I suppose that. It's a good pickup.
which I mean he's not. That makes him not vulnerable at all to the relocate. I don't know. It's going to be an interesting one. 'Cause these are definitely not standard drafts.
I couldn't tell you.
But we did a good job of at least predicting.
10
Kind of.
seconds remaining.
Kind of. We got the Tide. We'll stick with
I
that.
got the
Seconds
Tide.
remaining.
We both got the Tide. You said a team fight ultimate. I said Tide.
I thought they needed the support. I don't. I wasn't paying attention apparently. Cleaning his dogs?
his dogs? What does that even mean?
It's like. It's like the Frenchness coming out. I think. He's clean. He's probably doing something for the dogs, but I doubt he's like I doubt he's bathing them right
What
now.
does that mean?
The red rocket's a dog's penis.
Oh my god. Why did I ask?
I thought you knew.
No. Well, it wouldn't be a competitive game unless we started with the pause. I say that, but we actually haven't had too many pauses, so been lucky.
This is the PA Arcana. I like it. It doesn't look too good without its effects while it's paused though, but I like the way it looks.
Can't even like select her at the top.
Dude, I can't believe people pick Sniper. I love Sniper.
Dude, Mr. Sizzo always like on top of the predictions. Just throws out the Skywrath call in chat. He's like,
So who's your prediction, man, for this game?
for this game?
Yeah.
I honestly think Carson+4 just has the easier to play lineup.
So you're talking in terms of like draft superiority. I'm like, which team is the favorite going into it before you saw the draft?
I mean, OA, they've been playing together, right? At least some of them. Carson+4, it's just kind of a bunch of them thrown together, right? So you never know what you're going to get, really. I only know Carson and Ratchop, anyways. I don't know.
I know Kimball. And the name.
I've got two of these players muted.
I'm not surprised by that.
One, of course, is Carson, but
I only have one player muted, and it's on OA. I don't know who that is, even.
oh my goodness.
Toffee's laying down the law.
Yep.
This is sex, man. There are no rules.
Toffee's is always on top of that stuff. I'll just, like, after it's been a while, I'll just say. I'll just say what the rules are, and I'm like, it's up to you guys to call it. I'm not an admin. Toffee's is at least an admin.
And there's, look, I'm not rusty, man. Look at that.
Oh, you see Toffee's?
Can you see my drawing on the map?
Yeah.
Look,
Those are
dude.
pretty straight lines, man.
No practice. It just comes
So-
natural.
So, Toffee said, someone check the stream from their gamer house. Did you hear about that Union Gaming stuff?
Oh yeah, I saw that.
Oh my goodness.
Look at that, man. That's disgusting. Look at my straight line drawing skills.
That's nuts. Anyways, let's introduce the teams because we do have it unpaused. We've got on the Radiant side, we've got the Overachievers. We've got Pig in a Bag going to be playing that Tidehunter. We've got Sadness on the Phantom Assassin. He was in the safe lane last game, so probably going to be a safe lane PA. We've got Fear the Reaper on the Troll Warlord, although he is heading bottom. We've got Soulfu on the Vengeful Spirit, and we got Tugarin on the Wisp.
Alright, on Dire side, we have Carson on the Sniper, one of my favorite heroes. You have Ratchop playing Clockwork, what I think is going to be the off lane. We have Light Blue, who is that? Nis? Stand-in dot?
It's a
You know-
Scott. I don't know. I recognize the...
We have the StarCraft
logo.
Bronze thing, or maybe
Yeah.
that's League of Legends, playing as a Medusa. He's going to be in the safe lane for sure. We have Disruptor on probably the 5, and
30
Witch Doctor
seconds to
most likely
battle.
on the 4, both supporting the top lane. That's Trippy and Kimball.
In terms of starting items, we've got Quelling Blade coming out from the PA. No smokes from either team. Boots first on the Witch Doctor. And we also have sentries on the Vengeful Spirit. We got a glimpse back on Pig in a Bag, who's found himself in the middle of a set of cogs, and this is going to be first blood as he's going to go down. Question is, who's going to get it? It's going to be Carson, so that's a great start for him.
Well,
He's
that's like
going to be in the mid lane.
this is like when you're a mid laner and your team gives up a kill to the other team's mid laner. It's one of the most frustrating things in Dota. And look, Carson says I've got first blood every game today.
Wow. I've got
It's-
muted so I didn't see that. Wow. Every game we've played. Wow.
And Reaper looks to already be mad. This is not a good matchup for Reaper, I guess.
So I got it right. It is going to be the PA Wisp in the mid lane going up against the Sniper.
You're the professional.
And that's going to leave the Venge and the Troll going up against the clock. Yes. I feel good about that one. Top lane, that's going to be the Tide up against the Tri-Lane with the Dusa, the Disruptor, and the Witch Doctor.
So Ratchop started Stout Shield, Bringer Protection, which is going to make him basically have so much mitigation against this troll in the early game. I think he's going to get a lot. Should get a lot more than the Tide, I think. Especially because of the dual lane mid for Radiant.
I think part of that is recognizing the matchup, but also when you consider he's either going up against a troll or a PA. So you know the starting items are pretty much going to be the same anyways. You know that it's going to come out in the form of physical damage. So definitely covering for that with picking up the Stout and the Ring of Protection. Tugar needs to be careful. We've seen a Wisp die in this lane before. Last week, I believe that happened.
Is this the standard sniper build right now? Sorry to just...
from what I've seen, yeah. I don't see anything too out of the ordinary. The fact that he's going 1-1-1.
So he'll max shrapnel from here.
Yeah. He's getting so much pressure put on him from Sadness. He's just jumping on him. And Tugar just smacking him in the face with a set of balls.
So for OA, Reaper is usually their mid lane player, right?
Yes.
So they've switched it up for this game. It's interesting to note.
Yeah, Fear the Reaper is generally their mid, and Sadness is their safe lane. Carry.
What do you think about this Tide Hunter starting items? The Gauntlet?
I think it's okay. I'm a little surprised the fact that he didn't go Boots, but then again, he's going up against Disruptor, where you typically don't want Boots against a Disruptor because you want to be a little bit more tanky because you know the Glimpse is kind of inevitable, and the Boots aren't really going to get you out of range of that. Carson, the mid lane's in trouble, as Tugar and Sadness are both going to die for this, and with the balls, no, they're not. Yeah, they are. They are going to get the kill onto Carson, and he's going to go down. Tugar is going to get the kill there. It's not first blood, but...
That's frustrating. I think the Witch Doctor should be behind him to turn it.
I feel like they're not really getting much done in the top lane. I feel like the Dusa could be doing fine against the Tide. Yeah, Tide's going to get a little bit more XP and gold, but... You know, isn't that a better trade-off?
Essentially the choice they've made here is to slow on the Tide and let their sniper get into some danger.
Yeah, and I don't know. I don't necessarily agree with it, I think.
You just have to think like maybe Carson said he was fine.
Yeah.
And it could be as simple as that.
Well, how are the lanes going so far? Obviously, Arduce is number 1, 23 CS. And slightly ahead of Fear the Reaper in the bottom lane on the Troll at 21. But it's a pretty big gap to the next farmers. It's then PA at 12. Carson's doing okay at 9.
PA could maybe be doing a bit better in the mid lane, I think.
Yeah.
So to say he's playing bad or anything like that, just on CS. Seems
Well,
like
actually, in the
impossible.
bottom lane, as Fear the Reaper got caught in a set of cogs, but it's going to be Ratchop that's going to go down. The battery assault was going off, but it was hitting the creeps, and that allowed Fear the Reaper to get the last right click.
Carson's in danger again. DD Venge, he should be fine.
He's going to get a TP from the Disruptor, who's going to glimpse Sulfu back.
Yeah, I think that Ratchop getting caught like that was... Or making that, like... I didn't see what happened, but... Just like manning up like that seems to not be...
Yeah.
Oh, Carson just got a kill in mid.
Yeah, Tugar went down, got just kind of harassed out, ended up standing in a shrapnel, then the Thunderstrike came out, Carson got another right click off, and Tugar went down there. Sadness, not really much he was going to be able to do there.
There seems to be a pretty common recurring element of these amateur tournaments, especially when I played in them, where when people run dual lanes mid, sometimes sloppy kills happen, where you don't see that necessarily as much in highly competitive games.
Yeah, we even saw it in the cast I did of SIVO last Wednesday. They were, it was actually Indy's team, Team Midnight. They were running a dual lane mid, and the Wisp went down in a 2v1 lane.
Yeah, I never wanted to run it because I felt like stuff like this always happened, but they're not doing bad this game, that's for sure. It's just something I thought was interesting to point out. Like, the Wisp always, he's so squishy against the over-leveled mid on the other team, unless you completely shut the mid down.
Oh, in the mid lane, Carson's in trouble again. Kimball is there. he's going to be able to potentially use a glimpse. But with the TP from Trippy, they may not even want to, unless they can use the get the glimpse off on Sadness. But I think Sadness is going to be far enough away. Although he did stop. Oh, the 6 came out from Sniper, and that's going to be Assassinate in the back of his head. Sadness is going to go down. I think they're playing that right. Like, now they've got the Disruptor sitting in the mid lane, trying to protect Carson, and even the Witch Doctor holding on to a TP there. Without that TP coming out from Witch Doctor, I don't think they get the kill onto PA there.
This is definitely what they do. Like, if you look, the Clockwork has doubled the XP per minute of the Tidehunter, so they have a huge lead there. And then now if their Sniper just gets some secured farm, it's gonna be really hard for anyone to get to the back line unless they use Wisp relocates to get onto him, because we're not gonna see a Tide Blink for a while. It looks like.
Mm-hmm. I still think Blink is the way to go. But the question is, like, you've built Blink before on Sniper. When do you get it? Does he just get it first item, or
after your first farming item? That's what I would do.
What is that? Mask of Madness?
Depends on the game. Midas
That's
Mask.
what most have been building.
Yeah, I mean, Mom is pretty standard, so probably after your mom. Yeah, I would say. If you're building Mom, it's probably right after your mom.
Unless you're in trouble here. Ratchop's gonna pop the battery assault and trap him in cogs. Carson used the invis that he got at bottom rune to come in, and now he's gonna use the assassinate to give them vision, and he's going to get the kill there. Here the Reaper's gonna go down 4-2 now in favor of Carson+4.
What a sniper gank, man.
Radiant's bottom
You don't see that every
tower
day.
is under attack.
It's like, if you
Sniper's
look,
good.
too, they're setting up to dive mid. The Radiant team, OverAchievers, is setting up to dive in mid, and he's bottom ganking. It's like one of the worst things that can happen. You're devoting this effort to killing him, and he just kills your carry instead. Like,
now, two Guardians in trouble. This Observer Ward had vision of him the entire time. But Trippy's going to be the first one to go down, but Carson will get a kill with the Assassinate. Stun coming out onto Kimball, but it's going to be Ratchop who will trap Sanders. Sadness, Sanders in the cogs, and Carson's going to get another.
Just interesting thing to note that we didn't necessarily mention in the draft, or I don't recall us mentioning, is that if the Sniper's allowed to stay in the backline, he's one of the heroes that kills PA the quickest, because headshots can't be dodged.
Yep.
So he's got a 40% built-in MKB. And that's like, it's really helpful. And it's so annoying to get poked by a Sniper as a PA while you're trying to kill somebody. You die very quickly.
Yeah, absolutely. And, you know, they put this pressure on Carson in the mid lane to... Part of that was to help the PA get the farm, but we take a look at the CS right now, and PA's only at 35 CS. He would have been doing better in the bottom lane. So didn't really get too much farm in the mid lane, and they did get a kill on Carson, but Carson's at 6-1 right now. 6-1-0, so he's definitely made his way right back into this game. He does only have 29 CS, but when you've got 6 kills...
He's got the finished Mom coming out right now, too, which is...
Yeah.
Is a cause for concern. Do you think we'll see a turn in Radiant's favor a little bit when
Dire's bottom
the
tower is under
Wisp
attack.
relocate comes out and the Tide Ravage comes out?
I mean, maybe. Relocates are always hit or miss. Really, like, I don't know. We've seen some pretty good plays come out as we're
Dire's
actually
bottom
seeing a little
tower
bit of a
has fallen.
exchange in the mid lane here. I don't think anyone's going to go down. Never mind, the Wisp is going to go down from the Assassinate. Carson's still charging forward. He does have haste activated, but they're not going to be able to get another kill here. Ratchop has even made his way to the mid lane,
Radiant's
but
top tower
he's got no
is under
mana and no
attack.
hook shot as he used that in the top lane to get the kill on the Tidehunter, who has since respawned. Tide
Dire's
still isn't
bottom
6
tower
either.
is under attack. Radiant's top tower is under attack.
I completely forgot what you last...
I was just asking, what do you think? Do you think Radiant's gonna be able to make a move when they get their ultimates?
Oh yeah, I don't know. We've seen some pretty good responses from teams. It seems like because Wisp is kind of back in the meta, although it's played on a team by team basis. Teams that I've been seeing, they just know how to deal with it. They're putting themselves in the right position. They're doing a lot more relocate baits and just completely turning around. And it's always very, very
Dire's middle
difficult to get a
tower is
relocate
under
gank
attack.
off against a disruptor.
Yeah, if you look at Dota's come so far, because if you look at Dota like TI3 meta, yeah, even
That was when Ursa Wisp was getting picked up. The time
Yeah.
Ursa Prime.
people would just stand and they would die to relocate. And now it's like even the lower level teams, that doesn't happen as much. Like, it just seemed completely broken when you couldn't go out on the map because of Wisp. But people like now that
This
you have
is
to,
crazy.
Yeah, sorry about the fight. There's this kind of metagame element now, though, that where like you have to worry that you're getting baited because teams do that now, and it's like it's like you have to really be smart with where you relocate.
It's weird. It felt like that was always like a part of the game, but like never against Wisp. And now that it's actually happening against Wisp, it seems so obvious and it seems so standard, but you're right, the game has come so far since, I mean, before, Wisp was felt completely broken. And it was first ban material pretty much every game. And then it just kind of fell out of the meta, which is kind of weird.
There's a huge nerf, though, the tether stun, but...
Oh, yeah. And that actually, that was a pretty big nerf, because it really limited what you were able to do with the relocate ganks. Because if you don't have someone, if you're not relocating with someone who can actually interrupt a TP, they just TP away. Because the Wisp gave that, and it hurt a lot of potential combos.
You can cast now too while Wisp is killing you. You can cast before.
Yeah. Carson definitely destroying this game. 9-1-1. The fact that he can just stand here chipping away at this tower.
I think it's funny that he's like brave enough to stand there, but he's not brave enough to activate his mom, you know? Like,
yeah.
It's like, I'll be this cautious. Just goes and hits it.
Well, we've got Wisp about to hit 6 here. The tide is already 6.
Carson just picked up a DD up bot lane, so there's just going to be a fight.
And they're going to come in from behind here. Ratshot's in a great position. He's going to use the hook shot onto Sulfu, who he'll go down right off the start. Carson's going to get that kill with the DD.
Guardian has to be careful, because if they take another small bad engagement, Dyer's going to Roche.
Yeah, and they are going to tether onto the onto the tide, and he's going to get a big Ravage. It is going to hit 3. That's going to allow them to get a kill onto Carson right off the start. Will they be able to chase down Kimball? I think they will. Troll? Yeah, I think Fear the Reaper's going to get the kill there. There it goes. Sadness is actually the one who gets the last hit with the Stifling Dagger.
Radiant's top tower has
That's
Carson
gonna be...
just being a little too manly there. But Medusa takes the top tower in the meanwhile.
I was wondering where that relocate was going, but he just relocated to the mid to tether onto Sulfu, just to give him a little bit more move speed to potentially try and catch out the Witch Doctor in the mid lane, but wasn't meant to be. But yeah, like you said, the Dusa just taking that top tower by herself while all that was going on. So, I mean, yeah, that fight was Overachievers favored, but the Dusa not even feeling the need to show up and just claiming a tower on the back of it.
I mean, I think it's good that Dyer didn't get a rush. Like, if they lost that fight, they would have got rushed. Radiant would have got rushed on, and the game would have been kind of blown wide open, because Dusa still would have taken top. She wouldn't have had the back, because people would be dead. So it's very good they got the better side of that fight, at least as it was in the mid lane.
And they only got 2 kills, but one of those kills was on Carson, so they got the streak gold too, which is quite significant when he was, I believe, 9-1. Well, I guess 10-1, because he's now 10-2-2. So that's quite a bit of gold coming out on them. I'm not sure who actually ended up with the kill. It was Fear the Reaper who actually got the kill on that Troll Warlord, so that's pretty good.
I think the story of this game is how poor this Tidehunter is. Like, for them to come back, they need to have their Tide Blink, I think. And
I mean, they really don't have anything, right? Like, you take a look at the Tide. He's at 320 gold. He's nowhere near his Blink Dagger. He doesn't even have Arcanes.
If you check out net worth, though, like, at least before that tower, the top players for each team were kind of close. Like, Reaper was about even with Sniper, and the Dudes had about a 5k lead on PA. So, for the farmers, it was close, but the Clockwork's blowing the Tide away by 50% net worth, so.
That was our first attempt at a relocate gank onto the Deuce in the top lane, but Deuce just pops the Stone Gaze and they're not able to do anything. And now Fear the Reaper just kind of stayed around while their TP supported came in. They just haven't shown yet. And they're going to get a kill on Fear the Reaper. I think that was just greedy. I think it's almost unreasonable to think that at least one of the supports wouldn't have immediately TP'd as soon as the relocate gank was going on the Dusa. Do you agree with that, or?
Yeah, for sure. This is
Like,
Wisp.
this is kind of like a reflex play.
Wisp is just they're not playing in a way that lets you really get, like, Medusa's surprisingly tanky even this early in the game. First ultimate orb, like,
Yeah.
and they're sticking pretty tight together except for the Medusa. It
Radiant's
seems.
bottom tower is
Surprise
under
bot tower's
attack.
still up after Carson poked at it earlier. It's dipping pretty low right now. You have a nice agent stack for Radiant though. It's something we haven't mentioned.
Oh yeah, who's been stacking it? I guess Sofu? I'm stacking it right now. And what do? Are you waiting for the PA Battle Fury, which is almost finished, or is that for Tide to get the blink?
What do you think? I don't know.
I think the Tide blink is huge, but
Yeah, they need Tide Blink. There's a Witch Doctor that's gonna ult as well. They definitely need Tide Blink.
yeah, that's probably actually more pressing, considering like the PA can just farm everywhere else.
Gotta fight bot lane.
Ratchop's getting it opened on by Fear the Reaper. He will use the hook shot on
Holy
Fear the Reaper,
crap.
but he's gonna go down. Trippy
Crazy
now.
engagement.
This Death Ward is nuts. He's just gonna man fight the PA. How is this happening? He will go down in the end. Sulfu swaps Carson down into the river where Sadness will get the kill there, and he's gonna walk away with the triple. And now the Ravage is gonna come out. That's gonna allow them to get a kill onto Kimball. That's a
That was
4-man
extremely
wait.
questionable, man.
Take you.
The Ravage?
No, that fight.
The whole fight, yeah.
Yeah, the whole fight was questionable by Carson's team.
I was gonna say, I think the Ravage was fine. Like, the Disruptor,
Oh,
I
yeah.
think, was gonna get away there.
You take everything. You take everything you can get there for sure.
The whole fight was absolutely nuts, though. I couldn't believe that Trippy came in on the Witch Doctor, laid down the Death Ward, and Sadness on the PA is just standing in his face, right-clicking away, doesn't get a single crit, and the Death Ward's just like eating him up. But I guess he only lost just under half of his HP, but and still, it seemed like that Witch Doctor lived forever.
You missed the PA a lot. Death Ward should have True Strike, man. Buff Death Ward.
Yeah. Might as well switch it back to Ricky while you're at it too.
So what do you think? Was that throw big enough?
That certainly got them back in it. You look at the net worth, and somehow PA's back on top.
I thought we were gonna Roche off of it.
That's crazy.
They didn't.
I think the Roche might have been a little bit greedy.
Yeah. That's the type of thing I would do though. Like when you take a big fight and like there's a deuce on the other team, so you don't want to go like too late. Maybe you do want to go late in this game. I don't know, but I'd be like, here's our chance to take the lead and not just even it out, you know. And I'd probably Roche.
You know what? I think you're fine, and this is where we both differ on opinions like this, and it's kind of evident when we played together. But
I'll dig that.
I think you're fine with just getting even. You know, you were behind. You clearly felt behind, and now you just got an opportunity to get even. And I think that's just a tad on the risky side, and you could easily just throw that entire fight right back to them. And now you're sitting with Ravage on cooldown for a while. And that's like your big team fight winner. Despite the fact that they didn't really need the Ravage to win that last team fight, you're not going to be able to have a good fight going
So
forward.
Carson's got SNY as the standard. That's what I do when I start dying on Sniper, but I don't know if this is meta.
A lot of people have been going Mask of Madness and SNY.
Yeah,
just because
it's what
so
I built
efficient.
anytime I died on that era. Like,
Well, SNY is like pretty much every carry's go-to item when you're dying, because it's so
Yeah.
cheap and easy.
it's really good on Sniper though. The way it scales with Mom, Phase is really good as well. Like you hit max move speed like this for sure.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
I've always built that, so I was just wondering if it's like kind of.
But
the
yeah,
way to go.
SNY is pretty damn standard. I mean, the Mask of Madness is definitely always the go-to pick, and most people build this SNY as well.
Goofy meta predictor Sniper. So maybe a fight over a
Trippy and
bounty rune
Kimball.
at bot. Oh, there's a glimpse.
They're playing so aggressive for just... Well, Carson's here now too, but... They will get the swap onto Sulfu will swap himself into...
It's
I don't
funny.
know about that.
In Carson's shoes, you probably just sit. Oh, he's not going to. I was gonna say you probably just sit here and do the agents again. I wonder where he's going.
I
Where's
don't,
Carson going, dude?
I don't know.
I would have killed the agents. They're doing something. Maybe they're gonna defend top.
Dire's top
It seems
tower
like you
is
just want to
under
kill
attack.
people, doesn't it?
Yeah. I mean, they're definitely, like, coordinating what they're doing, but it's just like... I don't know.
Oh, dude, I would have killed those black dragons for sure.
You have to keep in mind, though, this isn't like, when you would play sniper a lot, you'd be playing the mid position, transitioning into position 1 on sniper. You're not position 1 sniper this game.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, you've got your Dusa, so the sniper's right to be going and fighting. Abuse the
in the-
fact that Assassinate does a ridiculous amount of damage.
In the draft, I definitely thought that the Dusa was just gonna get in the way for the sniper, though, but it doesn't seem to be the case in the way they're playing.
Well, I've actually never really seen anyone play Dusa like that, where Dusa's used a lot more aggressively and used for the stone gaze and trying to play aggressively with it.
Oh, look, they're sneaking Roche. Oh, Roche's health bar is different. Been gone a long time.
Radiant's
It's
top
dying so
tower is
fast,
under
man. Oh,
attack.
man.
Yeah, Roche,
Radiant structures
he
are
dies quick.
fortified.
Especially when you've got Troll and then the minus armor coming out from the bench.
Roshan has
This is
fallen
almost
to
even the
radiant.
gold out, the gold graph out.
Radiant's top tower
I actually
is
haven't
under
looked at the
attack.
gold graph and maybe not at all
PA
this
is a
game.
fairly strong Aegis hero as well. Like,
Oh yeah, for sure.
I would say among the
Radiant's top
best.
tower has
Well, here we go. We got the relocate in the top. Huge Ravage. We'll hit 4. The only one that doesn't hit is Radchop, who will hookshot in onto the Wisp. He'll get the kill there. They're also going to get the kill onto Trippy.
is under attack.
The undertow.
Now, Pig in a Bag will try to chase down the Dusa, who will get swapped by Soulfu, who's now going to use the body blocks. Fear the Reaper's in his face, but this Dusa's so tanky, and I think OverAchievers is in trouble here. Is Fear the Reaper is going to go down, or is he? He's getting bash procs galore. Oh my
I
goodness.
can't believe that.
He does go down in the end to the creeps. Sadness will come back. I don't know where he was while all this was going on. Maybe just forcing Carson back, although Carson's full HP. And now Sadness will run right into Radchop. The Aegis gets used. And Carson
It's
just...
one of those situations where
pops
if
the
he,
Mask of
Sniper
Madness
didn't have
and runs
phase
away.
boots, he would have been stuck by creeps.
Yeah.
It's one of the most frustrating things, man.
Oh, Radchop's going to go down here as well. Oh my god, the
maybe not,
main
dude.
props.
He can die here. He can die here.
Cards.
This is sniping, he's dead.
Oh, with the glimpse as well. Yeah, he's done.
Man, both teams going a little too far there at times.
I mean, it all started because of that man up where Dusa looked like she was in a very favorable position, and then just the bash just came out from Troll.
Dude, if I was Ratchop, would have been. I mean, if I was the Dusa player, it would have been really mad that Ratchop left me to die. Because
Yeah.
they should have focused on, in my opinion, they should have focused on keeping their Dusa alive and killing Sadness on the PA.
But like,
Oh, look. He,
There
look what
you
he just
go.
said. That's funny, right?
I'm casting on a 130-second delay. He's not hearing this. What the fuck? That was crazy. But yeah, so that fight was happening all around here. Sorry, I mute myself when I draw. But that fight was happening all around this area. And it was weird. It was like the PA Sadness was chasing Carson up around here. Did you see anything going on there, like what the Dusa was doing, or you were looking at the what the PA was doing? You were probably looking at the Dusa with me, right?
I was looking at the Dusa, man. The Clockwork was the PA was zoning the sniper out, and the Clockwork was chasing one of the supports around. I think it was Salfu. He's getting chased around by the
bottom
Clockwork.
tower is under attack.
Yeah.
But imagine if Ratchop stood and they turned it. That would have been impressive.
Well, hook shot comes in from Ratchop onto Sadness, but he'll just jump away to his Wisp.
Radiant's bottom
And now
tower
hook shot's
is
on
under
cooldown. They're
attack.
gonna re-engage. Huge blink
Ravage.
ravage hits
5, man.
5. Oh my goodness, pig in a bag. Ratchop getting incredibly low. He's gonna actually take out from an urn. We'll get another hook shot off, but this is not looking good for OA.
This is essentially the dynamic that I talked about as well, where
Oh.
the sniper's just in the back hitting, and they have no way to get past the Medusa, other than relocating on top of the sniper, which they're not doing.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
But you couldn't have wished for a better Ravage. That's a 5-man Ravage. Maybe
Yeah.
it was a little bit away from the team, but
Radiant's
That
bottom
was-
definitely
tower
ambitious.
is under attack.
that was golden. A golden Ravage, and they only get 1 kill out of that whole thing. And frankly, that was just because the clock dove too deep on a target that...
Yeah,
sorry,
you just
clock
gotta-
dove too deep on a target that, frankly, wasn't really vulnerable at
Radiant's
all.
middle tower is under attack.
I think what the big deal was there though is that like no matter how good the opening looks, you're not gonna win if the sniper's in the back hitting while you try to kill a Medusa. Like there's no path to victory that is killing the Medusa while the sniper has 100% uptime. The first fight was closer because the fight at top lane I should say was closer because the sniper was completely zoned by the PA. It was two separate fights. But if you go on the Medusa while the sniper shoots you, you're not gonna win if the sniper has farm.
Boom, there it goes.
Yeah, for sure.
Someone certainly needs to go deep on the sniper, possibly with the assistance of Wisp. Would you agree with that, or?
I'd agree with it. I just don't know how you get there. You have to use the Wisp.
Yeah, that's what I was saying in the draft. There's no way to. I knew they needed the team fight ult to make it like the thick of the fight kind of more even, but there's no way that you're gonna win without getting on top of the sniper somehow.
So you pretty much have to. I wonder if that's Fear the Reaper. You can't like run and get on. Well, you've got the Wisp with you. I guess you can.
Maybe you relocate the troll on top of him. That's what I would say.
Yeah, so you relocate the troll on top of him and abuse the fact that Carson doesn't have any mobility. He's got Mask of Madness and SNY, so I guess he's got move speed. That actually puts him to 522 with phase activated, I believe. But so but he doesn't really have like that thing like the blink that we were talking about earlier. He doesn't really have that to avoid. And especially if you place your relocate well, where like you're placing yourself between the rest of their team and sniper, and you have basically you have to relocate at the time that the Ravage comes out. And I think you're in a good spot.
It's a lot of coordination. Definitely Dire's team is more straightforward. You put the Medusa and the Clockwork in front, and then you just shoot with the sniper.
Yeah, and when you asked that question at the start of the game, about what I feel is favored here, I said it's Carson+4 because I just think their lineup is so much easier to play. Like regardless of player skill or anything like that, it's so much easier for them to execute.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
That being said, it's looking at the
Dire's
5-man
structures are fortified.
team fight. Oh, let's watch this fight top.
Is he going to jump onto Ratchop, who will hookshot back in and then get the cogs off, but he's going to go down, despite the fact that Stone Gaze has been used, but that means Fear the Reaper is going to go down as well. It's going to be a 1-for-1, and with a glimpse onto the Wisp, he is dead.
When you say the Dire team is favored because their team's easier to play, I don't think it's easier to lane though. Worse players could have easily thrown it away in the mid lane by feeding on sniper. Like definitely worse players could throw this game away.
That's what I mean. Like when I'm comparing that, I think even
Dire's bottom tower
player
is
skill.
under attack.
Or do you just mean like if this was a lower skilled game?
No, I mean even in this game, if Carson feels like he needs to get a little more in mid and dies a couple more times, it's a whole different game.
Oh, absolutely.
I just mean that like just because their team fight execution's easier for Dire doesn't mean they're gonna win. So I think the lane execution's easier for Radiant in this game.
But frankly, they didn't really execute well in the lanes.
Has fallen.
We thought the PA could have got more out of the lane, but in the end, coming out of the lane phase, she was pretty much even in net worth. And we also thought that the troll wasn't really getting as much in the bottom lane, and he was actually in a good spot too.
A gift from the
this game certainly isn't over though.
Biggest loser out of everything though.
Yeah, their tide was in a bad spot. My offlaner should flame me for sending him to that lane.
Homing in.
But I think it's gonna be next Rosh probably decides the game. What do you think?
I don't know about decides the game. It depends where exactly it happens in the Roche pit too, I think.
Dire's top tower
And what the casualties are.
Dire's top tower
Like if it's a very one-sided fight, it could just end the game. If Carson+4 wins the fight, I think you're losing 2 sets of racks.
Now in the super late game, you think that the Dire team is favored, right? That's your opinion?
Yeah, I'd have to say, well...
Max range swap could be a game changer.
I think if you have even farm, I think OA is actually favored late game. However, I feel like it's not going to be even farm. I feel like Carson+4 is just going to have more farm in the end. Because they've got so much more control over the map right now. even though right now they haven't really been overextending or haven't really been pressing their advantage as much, I still feel like they've got so much more map control.
So
And
I
they're
kind
a
of
lot
just
more
pose it as a
confident.
statement, but what do you think of as going into late game where Ben's is going to have this really long range swap for sniper? You think that can kind of turn the game around for Radiant team?
I mean, the Venge
Dire's
went with
top
the
tower
phase,
is
which
under
gives her a little
attack.
bit more mobility, but is that enough? Is that enough
at
to
the-
get close enough to the sniper?
Just smartly TP'd out a bot because they saw they weren't defending top, and they're like,
Mhm.
uh-oh, and they got out. This is really good game sense.
Dire's top tower has fallen.
They've just got the one observer ward. Sorry, it's just the one sentry in mid. They got one across the river. Maybe that's spotted? I don't know.
Maybe they got spotted, yeah.
I don't know when
I
they...
think they were smoked, though. I don't know when they smoked.
Yeah, they might have actually fallen back to that high ground, and the observer ward may have actually spotted the smoke.
Yeah, they could have smoked on this ward right here.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't paying attention because I was looking at top. But if they didn't see them, that is game sense. You can't learn that in a guide.
And you can't.
It's a free Rosh.
Comes from many hours ago.
Has
To...
fallen to the Dire.
Oh, we gotta relocate.
Oh my god, I completely missed that. I was like, Roche died. Just looking at the Aegis.
Spinning Quelling Blade is hypnotizing.
Goes.
Okay, so is Aegis on Sniper?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's... You know, Blink Sniper is really strong with Aegis. I don't know how strong that Blink Sniper is with Aegis. It's still pretty good when he's his farm, but...
Blink on sniper every game.
Blink is definitely strong. Blink Aegis is definitely like a lot stronger than no Blink Aegis, just because you
Oh, of
blink out
course.
when you respawn.
Well, we got a smoke coming out from away. They look like they're going to try to get something done here. But look at Carson+4. They've been playing like this for a while now. They're just all together. The only one not with them right now is the Witch Doctor, who just respawned after getting picked off by that relocate gank.
And see, this is one of the advantages Wisp provides in the late game. Wisp almost is always coupled with a really strong farmer who can take away the late game from the other team, and he stops the other team from separating and farming the whole map.
So,
Right? So
you,
he provides farm in a way. You know, he provides farm advantage by making the other team group.
I mean, your ones are going to be
Dire's
even, but
bottom
everyone
tower
else is
is
going to
under
be a little
attack.
bit behind.
Dire's structures are
Because-
fortified.
Another aspect
So
is
they
the
have to
sweet
group.
rat data
Radiant's top
that he
barracks
gives
are
you,
under
especially with the
attack.
Troll Warlord, right? Like, look, him and the Wisp are taking the tower.
But they
Oh, they
did,
lost to Rex,
they
though.
did just
Radiant's
pop
top
their
barracks
troll.
has fallen.
But like you said, they
Dire's
just
bottom
lost
tower
their
has fallen.
racks in the top. Are they going to get the
Dire's
melee
bottom
racks? It
barracks-
looks like they are.
Radiant's top barracks
Oh
has
no,
fallen.
with the hook shot from Rat Chop. Oh, they will get the racks.
Bottom barracks
Sadness
has fallen.
pops the BKB. We'll jump on Kimball. So he will get the kill there. And now Rat Chop is going to be the target. Oh, nice crit there.
I knew this was gonna happen to
And he
Ratchop,
will
but I
get
didn't
the
want to.
kill.
I didn't want to say it because it's kind of rude.
I had a feeling it was going to happen too.
Dire's bottom
I wanted to be like,
barracks
what are
are
they
under
doing? Well, this is not ending well. But
Carson, the snake, coming in from behind, getting the kill on the Solfu, and now he's going to get another one on... Nope, never mind. The Deuce is going to get the kill before the Assassinate flies out.
dude, Ratchop, trying to be a warrior, clockwork warrior.
My skill.
Two buybacks coming out, Wisp and Tide, and they're going to
Oh, it's a
relocate right
relocate.
onto Carson. But they're going to go right after the Deusa, and then
No,
the Stone Gaze, and now they just have to run. And Two Guards getting
I thought
kind
it
of...
was take the tide, huh?
I thought he was as well. They will get the kill on the Deusa, and they're probably going to get one on Carson here too.
This is
Like I said,
excellent.
here's the value of having the Blink Dagger on Sniper, right? Like that's the opportunity
I
where
think
you...
he's dead anyway, but yeah,
No, but where you've already had blinked out. Not so much after the Aegis there.
yeah. Maybe he could have blinked tree line, but he would die probably. But
Yeah,
like later on after
They've
the
got
Aegis,
Wisp
but-
Balls active.
Yeah. That was interesting. It's good there's no Rosh up for Iridium.
But unfortunately you can't do anything on the back of it. So there's no Roche, there's no tier 2 up top, or, I mean, you could go mid, but you don't have any creep support. I don't think you get anything on the back of it besides a little bit of farm.
That was interesting. It's just overextension again, I think.
Mm-hmm. You potentially have the advantage of getting wards placed up and Lucky for them, Sulfur just
man.
respawn now.
Clockwork Warrior Part 2. It's cost them a Witch Doctor ult. Oh, Medusa buyback
Did
too,
do some
huh?
bot back there, yeah.
Wow.
That was definitely exactly what they wanted.
Yeah, that's perfect.
They weren't really going to get anything out
They
of it. I
might, they
think.
might take the mid tier too as well here. Like, no Ravage
Dire's
though, huh?
middle
54
tower
seconds.
is under attack.
Is that Deuce a buyback too hasty? I think it does.
Yeah, I think they should have just chilled. Use up a 15. But maybe I could be wrong. The Rat Trap was too far up.
Yeah.
Dire's
offense to
middle
Rat Trap.
tower has fallen.
No, I think that's right. I wasn't exactly focused on Ratchop's initiation.
I think you should have just put Cogs on top of the hill and stalled twice.
But yeah, I don't think OA had the opportunity to really push the high ground. Sadness, ooh. Oh, he will get glimpsed, and Ratchop's going to jump in and separate all of them with
That's
the
a
cogs.
great cogs.
Huge play. Coming out, Sadness is going to get picked off, but these cogs. from
I don't know
Ratchop's
that
huge.
they would have been able to save him anyway, but just like Chris play like that, where like I'm gonna get in, and I'm gonna drop Cogs. It's just so perfect.
Yep. And that kind of play is something that you don't see from a lot of Clockworks. They're always kind of focused on the hook shot in and then the placing the cogs on them.
Yeah, that's the difference for someone who says they can play Clockwork and a Clockwork player. You know.
Yeah. You have to know when like you're actually going to trap someone in the cogs or when you're just going to use them to
So
sell.
there's no PA buyback if I know how to read this new interface, right?
correct.
It'd be gold.
Radiant
gold.
Get a buyback.
structures are fortified.
Oh look, the BD with the Wisp though. See,
It's actually been like that for a while.
Radiant's
not
middle
like a new
tower has
feature.
fallen. Dire's top tower.
oh look at this dude! Reaper's getting soloed by the Witch Doctor. Oh my god.
That's so much damage coming out of the Death Ward. He was in like a bad spot and the creeps were blocking him, but Sulfur's going to get picked off in the mid as
Oh
well.
no.
Radiant's middle barracks are
Would
under
like to see
attack.
OA win this.
Radiant's middle
I feel like
barracks
this
has
is almost
fallen.
kind of how they were playing
Dire's
last game.
middle
Like
tower is under
they don't
attack.
want to fully fight ever, and they're just trying to rat themselves, but they're just getting outmaneuvered on the map, outpushed. I guess I don't.
I think realistically, a big fight is hard to take at this point. Troll's pretty good against Medusa though, right? As we saw, she kind of gets bashed out by Troll.
Yeah.
treasures.
But why is a fight hard to take? Because they're just too far behind, or is it draft?
I don't think
Or
they're
both?
behind. I think it's like they don't have the answer to the sniper just standing in the backline shooting. Like you said earlier, it's just harder for them to execute.
Mhm.
One of Medusa's biggest weaknesses is that she's immobile on the map. She's supposed to be fairly weak to rat. It's just we've seen some like Witch Doctor shouldn't have been able to stop Troll there. It was just bad luck. So they should have got the trade there, I think, but they had bad luck.
I'm not sure how it started. Maybe he got trapped with like cogs, but like trapped with a cask bouncing around. But on his way out, he got like blocked from the creeps, like when he's trying to move around the tower and all that. So he took a lot more damage on the way out.
I definitely think that
This
trade
will
was
come in
realistic, though.
handy.
I think they could have got the melee racks. It's probably not range as well, but I think it's fairly likely that the Troll could have got the trade there.
They are only down one set of racks.
Rock it on.
Yeah, it's still winnable. They can throw with their lineup as well. Like,
Yeah. But it is very difficult to kind of do anything out on the map when you're down two sets of racks.
the next thing we're gonna see is probably a Roshan fight, unless another team instantly kills it.
And that's almost where the Roche advantage comes into.
So in a way, there's two things going on right now. We have them running
We're
up
gonna
mid lane
have
to
Rat.
backdoor, and then Dire trying to kill bot tier 2 for a free Rosh. Like, or for a hard to teleport to Rosh, if you know what I mean.
They're all going to TP back, and Ratchop's going to initiate right onto Sadness, who does have a blink target onto Selfu, but he's going to choose to actually go forward after Ratchop. And he's going to get the kill, but he's trapped. No, he's not. He managed to get out before, but he will go down. Glimpse onto the Wisp, so the Wisp will go down. Now they take the Roche on the back of this, I think.
Yep, and the Rosh just spawned.
I don't think he chased him.
Oh, no, Vanji. Salfu, no!
At least they gave him the knowledge that there's a ward there.
They know 100% that they're gonna Rosh. This is a discouraging moment for Radiant team.
They do have buyback on PA, but without the Venge or the Wisp, they're not even rushing.
Maybe they're not 100% it's up, or they're just gonna end.
I think it was kind of a late spawn.
I don't know.
Can you
To be
end?
honest, To be honest with you, it seems like Carson's team is just playing for fun.
Yeah.
Not that they're playing bad, but it seems like they're just a bunch of guys playing Dota more than.
I feel like this play is almost banking on the fact that PA doesn't have buyback. But PA does have buyback. And he's just saving it for the Wisp respawn here, I believe. As soon as the Wisp respawns, they're going to buy back and try to relocate.
Oh, look, the throne has a new health bar too. That's cool. Looks way
There's
more
a relocate.
polished.
Ravage is going to come out. It's just going to hit one. It's just going to hit the Deuce up. The relocate's on to Carson this time.
That's what we talked
Carson's going to go down. Finally, they actually do it. Now they're going to go on Deuce up, but now the Stone Gaze comes out. Fear the Reaper is just completely frozen.
about. Oh my god.
And oh, now the Bash has come out, but it's not going to be
That's
enough. Now Sadness, it's all up to him. But he's going to go down as well. Ratchop's going to jump in. They're going to clean up the kill on the Tide. GG, well played, will come out. I don't even know where Tugarin was. Like how he got out of there. Oh, I guess from the relocate. But that's going to be it. Carson+4 is going to take it. And you know, we talked about that, and it took them right to the last fight of the game to actually jump onto that sniper.
Juice was a little bit too big at that point, though, I think.
Just came out a little too late. I'm such a martyr, Ratchop says.
Matchup is the clockwork warrior this game, man, that's for sure. Toffee says that game was exciting.
It was exciting. It was a good game. I enjoyed it.
It's an interesting game for sure.
There were some good plays that came out there. I mean, you pointed out the fact that a lower skilled sniper could have just completely lost them that game.
Yep. Especially after his first death. Like, it's easy to tilt on a hero like that, especially where you have no out. So you feel like you can't do anything. One of the only things you can do is go jungle when you get a mask. Or another strategy that's good is where you shrapnel the wave. If you're going max shrapnel, it's not as bad, and that's the build right now, so.
So apart from what, like, the relocating onto the sniper, what else could they have done differently? Like, they came out of the lanes okay. Should they have come out better? Like, should they have come out of the lanes leading?
It's just like a cruel twist of fate that got them at the one part of the game. The sniper ganked. Well, I mean, it could be Carson's game sense as well, where he just ganked bot. Their troll warlord died, and they set 4 people up on mid at the same time. Like, it's just really bad luck. Or really smart play from Carson.
Carson got the bottom rune, which was Invis, which they had vision of, but Radiant didn't. And then he made the play to go bottom. As he was going bottom, then they put OA got in the position to gank mid, and the Wisp was actually sitting in vision of a dire ward, so they knew the Wisp was sitting there. But Carson had already made that play to go bottom.
Yes.
So I think it was game sense in the end, unless I just misremembered how all those.
I think that was a draft issue as well. I mean, I don't know that much about the game right now, so I don't want to insult anybody with my opinions. If I thought I knew what I was talking about, I'd give more opinions, but I feel like my opinion is questionable at best, so I don't want to share it too much. I'll be right back, okay?
Okay. Well, guys, that's gonna wrap it up. It was nice having Goofy for another cast again. We had a good little conversation there. I hope you guys enjoyed that. He's taking a little break from the game, so he's not exactly up to the date with all his understanding of the meta and all that stuff, but I think he did a good job. But yeah, that's going to be it for us tonight. Carson+4 will take the win in SCS. Of course, no money on the line, but they still will take the win. Once again, I'm Niz. Make sure you follow me on Twitch, Twitter, and YouTube. I'll be posting the VODs on YouTube, Twitter. I'll let you know everything that I'm doing with the stream and all that. And of course, Twitch is where I cast it all. I've got another cast tomorrow, where I'm going to be casting Sivo. I believe it's tomorrow at 10 Eastern, where we're going to be casting Sivo playoffs again. It's going to be Team Midnight up against Istari, I believe is how you pronounce it. And they are
from Tolkien mythology. Right?
They are actually how do I say this? They're second and third in terms of rankings for teams that are still in the winners bracket. All the other teams that were actually placed above those two teams have either forfeit or lost their first round match.
So you're saying they're the two best remaining teams? Or the highest ranking remaining teams?
Well, actually, they're second and third of the remaining teams in the winners bracket. I don't know how to actually word that for it to make sense, but hopefully you guys got that.
I had no idea what you were talking about.
Where can people find you, Goofy, if they want to follow you or see more?
I'm a hermit in calculus class, crying.
You're not going to stream at all or anything like that?
I mean, maybe eventually. We gotta come up with the name and stuff though. I gotta get out of the semester.
Well, look for the name Goofy. Whether you're playing
More
Dota, you're playing Haven Hearth, or playing Heroes of the Storm.
Maybe I'll go play League of Legends.
League of Legondos.
Like Lagundas.
Well, guys, that's it for tonight. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that cast. Once again, follow on all those channels, and hopefully we see you again, whether it's tomorrow when I'm casting SIVA, or next Thursday and Sunday where I'm casting more SCS. But that's going to do it for us tonight. Have a good one.